So some of the things that we're talking about in terms of launching adult children are how can we as the parents help facilitate this transition? And there are a lot of things that, of course, parents always want to help their children, or most parents do, at least. And so we've had conversations about what does that look like? Where are we going to take the money from? Which account? What's going to be most tax advantaged? And we use the plan that we created to help model that situation. It kind of just depends on what they need. I mean, of course, as you know, because you're a parent, every child is different. And I've had conversations with clients. This is maybe not necessarily launching, but just how to help their adult children. Anywhere from paying for a wedding to helping them buy a home. And in fact, I just had a meeting with some clients the other day who are wanting to do both in a very short period of time. One of their children is getting married and one of their children is getting ready to buy a home. And we do have to set goals in that situation, and where this could be a significant outlay of money in a very short period of time. And so we do discuss, okay, well, what is the maximum amount that you would want to provide to help with the wedding or the buying of the home? And then we fit it in a cash flow analysis. Well, how does this work from what your other expenses are, what your sources of income are, et cetera. And if it doesn't work, then we come up with some alternatives. So from a tax efficiency standpoint, that's always something that we need to consider. And obviously, different types of accounts have different tax rules associated with them. And so we would need to look at, if there's a large chunk of money that's coming out all at once, say, where's that going to come from? Which account is that going to come from? And how is that going to impact you from a tax standpoint? In a non-qualified account or a non-retirement account, that's what a non-qualified account is. Perhaps there are some holdings that are at a current loss that we could sell into that loss and then use that loss to offset gain from another holding within the account to try to make that distribution as tax efficient as possible. So that's one way we could do it. As far as the timing of it goes, of the timing of a distribution, I don't believe in timing the markets because it's impossible to know what the markets are going to do. However, if a parent is anticipating a large outlay of cash to a child for a wedding, say, or buying a home, generally, Dan, they know this many months in advance. It's not, if anybody has ever planned a wedding, you don't just do one final outlay of cash a month before the wedding. It's months and maybe even years of cash outlay here, cash outlay there, cash outlay here. And so from a timing perspective, that's often easier to manage, I think. Same thing with buying a home too. This is just an example. Or going to paying for college, you're paying for graduate school. It's a much more, you can design it so that it's a much more gradual withdrawal if that's appropriate.